and welcome to another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. This is going to be a 1 versus 1 game on Plunder Isle, and we are both undead in this replay. I'm going to be spawned at the bottom left, doing a ghoul opening, and my opponent is spawned at the top right, also doing a sort of fast hero opening. So yeah, I think I go for an expansion in this replay. I don't remember here. We'll see what happens, but yeah, he's going to be going for a Death Knight, and I am going to be going for the big bug himself, the Cryptlord. And I really like the Cryptlord, and also the Cryptlord got quite a lot of buffs in the recent patch, 1.29, so he should be even more effective in this mirror match than he was before, and just in general. So I'm going to go for Beetles. And, yeah, but I did get a delayed graveyard. I'm going to stop at 3 lumber ghouls, and start producing fiends. He's going to be trying to do this skeleton harass. Not going to be getting much done with it since I've got a Rubian Tower and I can just split the attacks between them. But he's probably teching behind it. So yeah, he's already started teching. So I see that, you know, I sort of see where his hero is. I see he's likely not expanding at the moment. I mean, it's possible that he could creep with ghouls alone and expand, but they made the creeps a little bit different on this Plunder Isle map. There's now 3 Ogre Warriors and a Troll Trapper here at this expansion. I think it was an Ogre Magi and 2 Troll Trappers before. So, but anyway, I'm going to go creep here with the Beetles, and I have picked up a Sacrificial Skull. I've got an Acolyte coming. I say something about the big bug here. I think he does snag one of these null kills, which is annoying, but what are you going to do? So I killed 2 out of the 3. In terms of experience, actually I'm not sure. Oh, he crept a cant with his ghoul, so he did creep, sort of split creep with his army. And again, he's going to try to come harass me again, and he's used 2 of his charges on the staff. He sees that I haven't started teching, so he's going to come up here and keep harassing me. I don't know if he snags. He doesn't snag that ogre kill, luckily, so that's good news for me, as it does give me level 2. If I don't remember if I get a surround here or not. I did pick Impale just in case I can catch him and get a surround. He didn't see an Acolyte here, but he did see the Blight, so he's going to come back and check it out. I think I Impale him. Oh my, yeah, I missed the Impale. That's what happened. I misclicked. And I missed the Impale, so that was a little bit annoying. Let's see if I can... I do get him to run away, though, and he is just now hitting tier 2. It looks like he's gearing up to come attack, but I don't know. I think I'll get these towers up and I should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and immediately throw up a second crypt. I am teching now. I don't want to get too far behind in the tech, because one thing, I need web if and when he gets air units. If he goes for like something like necromancers, getting destroyers will be imperative. Very crucial that I would do that. So I'm just going to sit here. I don't know, you know, where exactly his army is. If I need to, you know, if I need to come, if I need to sit here, or I can go creep or whatever. So it looks like he's going to be going for his expansion now. But again, I'm just being safe. Once this tower gets up, I feel fairly confident that I can go creep. And again, I'm going to creep this shop. Again, they changed the creeps at this shop here, of the Goblin Merchant. He used to be an Ogre Warlord with Shockwave and all that, so that was generally fairly annoying. Now it's a Rock Golem, and the Troll has Inner Fire and stuff, so he is going to basically do the same creep camp a little bit later than I did, but he's got a second hero now. He's taking a lot of damage on his Death Knight, honestly, so that's interesting. Probably a bad decision, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build some of these workers now that I'm tier 2. Fill up this gold mine and go off. So I'm going to throw up a second Ziggurat here. So he's got 4 fiends. He does not have level 2 on the Lich. He's almost level 3 on the Death Knight, though, so that's a little bit dangerous. I am level 3 on the Cryptlord, so that's pretty good. But here's a sort of bad timing. I was looking at these items and stuff. I wasn't really paying close attention. And he comes in here, he's immediately going to kill a fiend. That was just, I didn't need to lose that fiend. I should not have lost that fiend. I really sort of wasted that invisibility potion because I think I'm going to go engage his army now. But he's going to kill an acolyte. He's going to cancel the ziggurat. So really, the time here was really lucky on his part, and sort of my reaction was really bad there. I didn't need to lose a fiend. I probably didn't need to lose that acolyte. I definitely should have engaged him before he canceled that ziggurat. So all that stuff happening, none of that needed to happen. Using the invisibility potion, I shouldn't have used it when I did. Because what I'd planned to do was go into his main base and sort of tinker around up there, try to get some summons and harass his workers. And I think I ended up actually doing that still. But yeah, in the meantime, it cost me a fiend, a ziggurat, and an acolyte, and I didn't do any damage to his army. So yeah, he's going to be, and he's actually not too far from his base when I go in here and start working on his stuff there. But yeah, hit an impale. I do kill one acolyte. I think, yeah, that's all I kill, and actually town portaled out. So that really wasn't worth it, honestly. I mean, the cost of that acolyte was less than the cost of the invisibility potion, really. So I town portal. The cost of that obviously is a lot, so I didn't really do too much damage there. I did get him to sort of, I mean, I saw his army was in his base, so I sort of had him on that side of the map while I go to expand. I'm actually going to throw up another expansion here. So this is probably really unusual and probably why he doesn't, I don't know when he scouts this expansion, but I don't think he actually has any clue about this second expansion for a while. So he's going to push this. He's got an orb, he's got a Cryptlord, and he's got a spiked collar. So I guess he crept one of the dragon camps there, yeah. So that's going to drop the spiked collar for him. So yeah, he's got an advantage now from the 3 heroes, from the orb. I do have statues, which it does not look like he's got, but he is going to be going for, I guess, abominations. So we just skipped statues and destroyers and frostworms entirely so far. He's going right for well, actually, sorry to take that back. He does have one statue. I was incorrect there, but yeah, forcing the town portal. He kills a bunch of acolytes. I think he canceled a shop that I was building, a Tome of Relics. But he town portals. I didn't take too much damage. I mean, obviously, 3 acolytes and canceling the shop, not great, but 3 acolytes is going to be about 225 gold, and then the shop cancel, that's going to be about another 65 gold. So it's not too big of an issue, especially if I get this second expansion rolling. But yeah, if we look here, he's at about 50 food and losing stuff. I'm at 53 food, so I'm at a slight food advantage. I'm burrowing a lot of these fiends, which is sort of important to save them. A lot of them are really damaged. And then my town portal out, he had a lot of fiends that were really damaged too, but he had popped an armor scroll. So without that armor scroll, he probably would have been down at least 1 or 2 more fiends. But in terms of how many units were lost there, I think I came out ahead on that battle. I mean, it wasn't like just a crushing defeat for him, but I think I did win. And the other point about that is getting up the second expansion means if we're just trading units like in equal numbers, eventually my other expansion should sort of tilt it in my favor, assuming we're both in the same upkeep level, which looks like we are. So in low upkeep, it's going to be 70% income. I'm running 3 bases. So if you say 3 bases at 70%, in terms of that's like it's like having 2 bases and then 10% of the income of 1 base in no upkeep. So whereas he is only at like 1 base and then 40%, since he's got 1 less expansion. So yeah, pretty substantial difference there. As long as we're in the same upkeep, I should be winning. So I'm going to go ahead and press his expansion. He does not have it towered. So it's going to be much easier for me to press his expansion and then town portal back, make a sort of troll comment here. I'm not too concerned if he kills these acolytes and stuff, but town portal in. I just want to make sure he doesn't completely destroy this expansion, and I'm fine. So getting some pretty good impales off. He gets actually a really good one off there as well, but mine's level 3, I think. Actually, I don't know. The beetles might be level 3. I'm not entirely sure. They look... I can't tell. I can't really tell. I don't know the numbers close enough to know, but yeah, I've got burrow for the beetles, burrow for the or the beetles have burrow, and then I've got the burrow upgrade for the fiends. So if he doesn't have like a shade or a dust of appearance, I can save my fiends much easier than he can like save his generally. So well, he's got death coil, so it's sort of, you know, I'm sort of compensating for not having a death knight right now with burrow and the statues, of course. So but anyway, I push him out of there. I've got 3-1 upgrades. He's got 0-0 upgrades, so I'm winning on the upgrade game. I'm at 55 food. He is at 53. It's pretty close there. But again, I stopped his expansion, and I've got 2 expansions of my own. So again, I'm just, you know, letting these expansions sort of, you know, win me the game. I could kill 2 fiends right now and get to no upkeep, which would probably be good, but it would also, you know, put me down to 2, you know, down 2 fiends and banking resources. So, you know, it doesn't, you know, either I make a big army and sort of like throw my weight around, so to speak, and sort of squeeze him until, you know, he sort of eventually runs out of units, or I can try to like hoard up a bunch of gold and make some crazy like, you know, monster army just to drop the hammer at one point. You know, which one's better? It really depends. I think I'm winning these engagements here, though I didn't burrow that fiend quite as quickly as I should have, but I don't know if I won that battle or not. I think we probably killed the same amount, but I ended up town portaling. So if he would have, you know, killed more units, it would have put me, like I said, at no upkeep. So, but yeah, my Cryptlord is really close to level 6, so I'd really like to have level 6 here. His Death Knight's only, you know, it's almost level 4. His Lich is pretty good ways from level 4. His Cryptlord, you know, is about 60, 70. Now he's really close. He's fairly close to level 3, so that's a pretty big jump. I don't know if he got a tome or that's just a lot of experience from that camp. But anyway, you know, I just need to keep an eye on his expansions. That's the goal. I just want to keep this economic advantage. I've got, you know, almost 10,000 gold at this expansion left. I've got over 8,000 at this one left. So, you know, I'm in no big hurry to, like, you know, go all in, risk losing a battle. I mean, I don't have that kind of an army size right now, only 57 food. You know, he's right there with 56 food. So I'm not gearing up into that yet. But I am now throwing up 3 Temples of the Damned. So what I've decided to do, since I've seen a lot of Fiends, I've seen a lot of Abominations, I've decided to go for Possession. Now that is a bit of a risk, honestly. I mean, you know, Anti-Magic Shield and Curse are pretty good. They're obviously not good against Curse, obviously not going to be good against Destroyers, but some really good burrows there. I think I know I saved a lot of the, now I'm at no upkeeps, that's pretty good, if I can stay there, and I hopefully did a lot of damage to him. I'm not 100% sure how much, or whatever, but anyway, now his heroes are pretty dangerous, like, you know, with maybe level 2 Impale, level 2 Frost Nova, level 2 Death Coil. You know, his heroes are fairly strong. Level 2 Unholy Aura. But the thing is, I've still got that economic advantage. So if he's gonna like be aggressive and try to sort of, you know, fight against that, he's going to have to generally fight near some towers and stuff, and near some production buildings, or shop or something. So actually, I need to build another acolyte here. I've had only 4 acolytes mining for like forever, apparently, right there. But anyway, I'm actually going to be expanding at his. I'm actually going to be expanding at his other gold mine here on this plateau. So that's kind of fun. And I pick up a Dark Ranger and a Fire Lord, and the idea here was to get silence and to get Soul Burn to sort of keep his heroes under control. Because one reason I want to have Silence is Impale will interrupt the channeling of possession. And also, if I can silence the Lich, that will stop him from getting a really nice Frost Nova on the. It's really sad that Fiend died, but anyway, Frost Nova on the Banshees while they're possessing as well. Obviously, that would be good to stop. So yeah, no, so now I've got Master level Banshees. He's got Destroyers as he's transformed 2 of his statues into Destroyers. I really probably should have cut this myself and gotten the Dark Ranger and the Fire Lord up there. But again, in the meantime, after that little engagement, I was towering another expansion behind this. So, you know, I could have probably won this game lots of times before now, but I'm just having a bit of fun with a guy, making sort of a funny strategy with the Banshees and stuff. He actually doesn't have any upgrades on his fiend, attack or armor upgrades on his Fiends or Abominations or Destroyers. So that's gonna hurt him. Like, I think I'm probably fully upgraded on the Fiends. Yeah, I'm 3-3 on the Fiends, so that's a pretty big deal. I've got this expansion here. I'm towering, and I'm going to go to his expansion again. He can't really. I mean, he can kill these ghouls, I guess, probably pretty easily, but he doesn't have a Necropolis to town portal to. So this is just, you know, what's he want? Does he want to trade his expansion for my towers? It looks like that's what he wants to do. I don't remember if I town portal to defend this or not. I don't think I do, honestly. I think I just let him get this one because I don't. I don't have my Banshees there with me yet. So I probably could have town portaled and won that battle. That was a bit silly to trade there, but again, I did trade my my expansion with about 5,000 gold versus his with 10,000. So, but I had towers in mine as well. So he sort of got a little bit of the better end of the deal there, but actually not really though, because that was his only source of gold. I've still got 2 more sources of gold. I don't have to. The urgency is on him to like stop me from harvesting all this gold and making this crazy army. The heroes, he's got the hero advantage. I'm gonna sneak these Banshees in here. Probably need to go ahead and cast Anti-Magic Shield on all of them before this, but I don't. So that's really risky to do this. We'll see how many of these I actually am able to use to possess. So I tried to cast Silence. I don't know if I hit anything there, but I cast Impale, and I'm gonna sneak these Banshees. I don't know if he's seen them yet. Let's see when he notices them. I'm using one on a Fiend here. Boom, I steal that Fiend. The battle's like really, I don't know what he's thinking if he's noticing. It doesn't look like he's attacking any of the Banshees though. So boom, boom, Fiend, Abomination, Abomination, Abomination. I've stolen like his whole army now, I think. Let's see. Not his whole army, but he's at 30 food now, so I stole a ton of his units. All the Abominations are his. I didn't build any of those, I don't think. So, and a lot of the Fiends. So, I just steal his army and beat him down with it. That's kind of a funny. I mean, if you can pull off possession on like Abominations or even Fiends, the swing is huge. Like every unit you steal, it not only takes it away from them, so it like kills the unit. It's sort of the impact is it denies it to them, so it's almost like killing it, but then it gives it to you. So if it's at full health, obviously that's huge. If it's a big unit like a Abomination, a Knight, even Fiends are fairly, I mean, they're not like super expensive or anything, but pretty useful. And actually, I guess when I possess, like my upgrades apply to his units, maybe. I think that's what it looked like happened. So that's pretty. Not only do I get a Fiend and he loses one, I turn his Fiends into 3/3 Fiends. If I got the mechanic correct on that. So yeah, that's pretty fun. And yeah, like I said, in terms of impact, that's like per unit. That's for a Fiend. That's like a 6 food swing. He loses 3 food. I gain 3 food. For the Abomination, 8 food swing. He loses 4 food Abomination. I gain it. And then the upgrades that I've got, go on his Fiends. I think. I mean, they go on to the fiends that I possess. Uh, so that is, in the middle of a battle, that's huge. Like that kind of a swing. Um, like I said, if you say I stole 3 fiends and 3 abominations, let's think about the numbers there. 3 fiends is going to be 9 food. 3 abominations would be 12, so 21 foods. 21 food sort of destroyed, and then 21 food, given to me. That's a 42 food swing. I mean, that's like what nothing else really. What else does that? Nothing else does that in the game. I mean, obviously that costs a lot of. I guess you could subtract the 2 food for the banshees because I do lose the banshees. So, 6 banshees. That'd be 12 food. So I guess you could say it's more like a 30 food swing because I am giving up 2 food banshees. But um, even still, a 30 food swing. I mean, that's insane. Like. Nothing else like swings it like that. You've got like charm, but that's a single target thing. You've got transmute, polymorph. You could say it reduces the damage to 0 for a duration. So that's. I mean, obviously, if you polymorph a bunch of units, that drops their damage down, but it's not a swing of like 30 food. Like, I mean, you could say it reduces the damage output by maybe 30 food worth. Sure, that'd be good, uh, but it's also a little bit easier to. I don't know. I don't say it's per se easier to counter. I mean, you can get Dispel for Polymorph, or you can get like Silence and Impale and all kinds of things to stop channeling Possession. But if you can surprise your opponent, Possession can be. Obviously, it depends on what their units are, but it can be amazing. So that was a little fun. I didn't need Possession there to win that game. I could have just like massed up to 100 food, fought him over and over and over again because I had 3/3 upgrades, assuming the micro is even reasonably close, and assuming I don't make some like really dumb combo of heroes and or units and heroes, mostly units. If I just mass like 100 food fiends, that's probably enough. Like he can't really sustain that with no gold income. He's not going to be able to really sustain. I mean, I probably should get some statues too. Like I, maybe have. I mean, get 100 food, but have a few statues. Uh, but but yeah, he can't fight me over and over again with no income unless he's like just losing nothing. That's not really gonna happen. So or it's not gonna work. And then even if he doesn't lose anything, the Death Knight's ultimate is sort of mediocre. So it's like if he gets to level 6 or over level 6 with the Death Knight, and he has mana, assuming that he does, then maybe he can be a little bit annoying, but it's not like he's gonna get Infernal. It's gonna be like a whole nother like big hit on me. It's like, okay, maybe he. I mean, I guess if he can revive some abominations, reanimate or whatever, but not too scared of that. Death and Decay would be a little bit worrying, but he was pretty far from level 6 on the Lich, I think. Yeah, he's only level 4. He was level 4 with all of his heroes, so he wasn't really close on any of them, um, but yeah, I had Silence, I had Soulburn, and I had Impale, so channeling Death and Decay, I mean, that's not really a big threat. And, Locust Swarm, I was like, I get, but again, he was nowhere near level 6 on those heroes, so it wasn't really a big deal, but. So yeah, expanding the Lich. You not when you're playing somebody and you see they have an expansion, even if they're undead, you can't just assume they just got that one expansion and just worry about that. You do need to scout. There's only 4 expansion gold mines on this map on Plunder Isle, so if and it's a little bit unlikely that they're going to expand at your side of the map. So you really only have to keep an eye on like 2 gold mines. That's not too hard to do. The map's not that big. It's going to be a little bit of effort to sort of protect yourself against something that's going to be really annoying and really hard to overcome. 2 expansions. So in terms of scouting, he did okay scouting the first one. Maybe not stopping it for sure, but scouting it, he sort of understood that. He tried to get his own expansion. Decision-wise, though, a couple of times he decided to like attack, leave his expansion wide open with no towers, no necropolis. You know, I didn't have to lose the expansion that I lost, really. I probably could have saved it. So he was going to basically give up his expansion for nothing, essentially, if I played, honestly, if I really played correctly. But even not playing correctly, it didn't even matter. I was so far ahead at that point. In terms of resources, I got about 13,000 more gold than he did. I did take an upkeep hit of, another 4,000, but units produced, I had the largest army at a certain point, 77 at my largest point. We raised the same amount of buildings, only 4, but units killed. He actually killed a lot more than me. Some of those were probably beetles, I guess, but either way, I produced, again, I produced a lot, but a lot of those were beetles. The heroes, he had a more well-rounded selection of heroes that were probably more dangerous. Honestly, I mean, at level 7 Cryptlord is pretty strong. Level 3 Firelord is okay. I mean, lava spawns aren't really going to do anything against destroyers, but soul burn is it can be useful. I mean, you're stopping spells for a duration and reducing hero damage. So silence, again, same deal. If you're stopping high level spells from heroes and stuff, that's useful. It's an undead hero, so it can be death coiled offensively. It's ranged, so it's a little bit safe in battles generally. So but yeah, his heroes were a little bit better. Their levels, and my levels were much more inconsistent. Like I had one high level hero and then 2 really weak ones. But yeah, the units. I produced way more units. The macro and the strategy. All I had to do. When I fought him, I'm fighting near my towers and stuff, and when I hit his expansions, I'm hitting them there at times where they don't have a lot of towers, or he's not there, all these things. I did a sort of dumb thing with the invisibility attempt to harass. That was not very well executed. Didn't really look like it had much potential anyway. I mean, I probably could have did it better with Impale. Maybe got 2 or 3 acolytes, but and then staffed out instead of time portal would have been much more cost effective. But yeah, either way, honestly, I didn't gain much from that type of strategy. I could have probably just corrupted like a dragon camp or something instead and been much better off. But either way, though, I thought the game was pretty good. I want to say the guy's micro was, I mean, his APM at least was fairly high. But again, one way to counter like a good micro player, if you want to call him that, or a player that's microing more than you, perhaps micro and macro, is just to beat him on economy. I mean, it seems pretty simple, but and again, it's not always as easy as, oh, I'm going to beat him on economy. Like, if your timing's bad, your strategy's bad, just getting expansions up is A, not the end, and B, not always so easy. If they're scouting and they're you need to be able to defend it, be in the right place at the right time, have the right units. Your hero has to be fairly effective. Again, the Cryptlord Impale is pretty solid against undead ground armies. There's no magic immune undead ground units, so I guess you could get statues which can't be hit with Impale, but other than that, Impale decent against undead. Death Coil, you can't Death Coil your Cryptlord, so that's not that's, I mean, it's undead mirror, so that sort of takes away a little bit of the Death Knight's punch, so to speak. But yeah, at certain points, if you get enough economy advantage, enough gold advantage, and you know what you're doing with it, I mean, getting upgrades, getting, sort of versatile units. Again, Fiend's very versatile. Statues, and you can either get destroyers or worms or abominations even, if they don't have like heavy air, which he did. Well, he had some destroyers at the end, but if the opponent starts going really hard in destroyers, your Fiends should be able to handle that with web and stuff, especially with like a orb on a hero. But so yeah, then obviously don't go abominations and do a bunch of destroyers, but throwing 1 or 2 abominations in there against like 1 or 2 destroyers and then mass Fiends generally can work out pretty well. I mean, without Orb of Annihilation, destroyers aren't doing like frost level damage on stuff, but And again, they cost 5 food compared to 7, so they're not much cheaper than frostworms anyway. So, but regardless, that's sort of goes with any matchup. You need to understand what units are counters and all that stuff. So, but yeah, just getting these, and again, managing upkeep. Like if they're in no upkeep or you're in high upkeep or something, and they're in low upkeep, then it's like, well, okay, you have 3 expansions, but if you jump into high upkeep, you're taking a massive hit. So you also need to be a little bit wary of that. Really, high upkeep is the one to worry about. Being in low upkeep, but with 2 expansions and a main base, uh, that's fine. I mean, your opponent's probably in low upkeep at that point anyway, and if he's not, you can probably just power up into like 80 food and just annihilate him. Or if not, you can even go up to like 90, 100 food if it really comes to that. But you need to understand when you can do that, and if you need to do that to jump into high upkeep. Don't stay in high upkeep too long. Uh, when you do jump into that high upkeep, that's when you need to probably be sort of seeking out the enemy and trying to win, not running into like a mass towered base or anything crazy like that. But so but denying him expansions and stuff. So anyway, though, that's going to be the end of this audio. Hopefully you found this interesting undead solo game. Again, a lot of possession. You don't really see that too often. I'm not saying it's like the ideal. Obviously, I was just sort of having a bit of fun with getting all these expansions and going for a weird unit combo. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the audio. ScryMind signing out.